And they're running. Stonehatch towards the left, first trump towards the right of the picture. Fumo de Londra on the near side now, with Braille just about the leader from Fumo de Londra. Fumo de Londra and Braille, the two are cutting it out. Stonehatch is tucked in almost behind Braille towards the left of the picture. Fumo de Londra towing him along there at a good lick under Willie Carson towards the right of the picture. Fumo de Londra from Braille. First trump has now gone third. Stonehatch 4. 5 is Governor George. Fumo de Londra on the rails towards the outside. Braille trying to become the first Northern Train winner of this Richmond Stakes since back in 1954. But here comes first trump now to pass Fumo de Londra, and on the outside Stonehatch and first trump now. First trump and Stonehatch, these two as they come down to the furlong pole, with first trump meeting this off ground for the first time, and Stonehatch on the far side. First trump with the advantage at the moment as they're racing in the final 150 yards. First trump on the near side, Stonehatch on the far side. First trump has got a half length advantage. They come up towards the line, make it into a length. First trump has won it from Stonehatch, with third Fumo de Londra. Fourth was Governor George, and fifth the early pace setter Braille. And so the result of the 1993 Richmond Stakes is first, number 2, first trump, owned by Moller's Racing, trained by Jeff Ragg and ridden by Michael Hills. Second was number 5, Stonehatch, owned by Mr. Robert Sangster, trained by Peter Chapelheim and ridden by John Reed. And third was number 3, Fumo de Londra, owned by Jerick and Italia, trained by John Dunlop and ridden by Willie Carson, with fourth, number 4, Governor George. So first trump and not Stonehatch retains his unbeaten record, 4 out of 4.
Another bubble is burst. Didn't really settle early on, Stonehatch, and coming down that hill he made things really difficult for John Reed. The winner settled much better first trump. What a lovely horse he is, and he's given Michael Hills the most beautiful ride. There was good pace in the race. Fumo de Londra made it on the stand side. Just for a moment, Governor George flattered on the stand side, but he couldn't quicken. Braille, the Northern Challenger, drops away. Now it becomes a 2-horse race. Michael Hills gets first run on first trump, and he's a lazy horse, but he really responds to pressure. He had a toughish race at Newmarket. He answered every call, and he's done it again. Just for a moment it looked as though John Reed might be able to galvanize Stonehatch into going past the leader, but there was no more to give on this ground, and in the end, first trump who's brave, who gallops, who's a particularly good-looking son of Primo Domine, runs to the line. Michael Hills has put his whip down, holding by a neck, perhaps half a length at the line, to keep an unbeaten record which now stretches 4 races. In fact, it's almost 3 parts at the line. Well, what a wonderful little horse he is. He's returned at 100 to 30, having drifted out from 9 to 4. And this is the head-on picture. John Reed on the left, you can see. One from the left is the winner, and there he is, the winner. And look at the way he sticks his head down and gallops. Michael Hills picks his whip up. Doesn't do a thing, this horse, at home, but by Jove, he does it on the racecourse. And you'll see he gallops home almost straight as a die. Answers every call from Michael Hills. John Reed hasn't wanted to subject his horse to too hard a race, but he's asked him all right. And Stonehatch in this ground, well, he got away with it at Ascot. Today it's a little bit stickier, a little bit deader, and Robert Sangster warned her before the race that perhaps some of his horses were just going off the boil. The two of them, you can see, have gone clear from the rest. But first trump, well, what a smashing horse he is, and he's won the Richmond Stakes. And there he is, and this is what a racehorse should look like in flight. Leading on his right leg, as you can see, or his left leg, which is his right leg, perfectly balanced, responding to his rider's calls, sticking his head and his neck out. A perfect action, and he acts on any ground, this ground, or on top of the ground. Whereas the horse next to him, not so much at ease on the ground, as you can see. And, well, whether the placings will be reversed on faster ground if they meet again at York, who knows. But this horse is going to prove very, very tough to beat. First trump, winner of 4.
First run in 1877, it was the 6th Duke of Richmond who gave his